Hello, what's up? How you doing everyone? I'm James Amero and this is SwitchWatch, your home for everything Nintendo Switch related. I'm back with another review and this one is Double Cross, an action-adventure game by 13am, the guys who bought you Runbow. But how does this one run? Is it any good and is it worth your investment? Let's jump in and find out. In Double Cross, you play as Zahra Sinclair, an agent of the multiverse peacekeeping force known as R.I.F.T. Think Men in Black. The premise is that there are a vast number of parallel universes, some of which are very similar to our own with slight changes, whilst in others history has taken a very different course. What I love about the story is its interactivity. As Zahra, you are given missions and are able to explore different universes in any order to find clues. Once you have enough clues, you take them up to your leadership and present your case. By having the freedom to explore in your preferred order, the story feels very fluid. Early on, Rift headquarters are attacked and an evil plot unfurls, one which you need to solve in order to save every possible universe. It becomes clear that this is an inside job and that not all is as it seems, leading to a mysterious and entertaining whodunit that rewards your interaction and has you paying attention to the whimsical cast. The story feels very much like an interactive novel without being overly onerous. The cast is rather bonkers, as you might hope for in a world that spans many universes. For example, your gym trainer is a seriously pumped Brussels sprout and the fabled leading agent Pineapple is literally a pineapple. If looking at the gameplay Megaman pops into your mind, then you would be on the right track. It was a big influence on this game's development, and like Megaman, this is an action-adventure platformer. There are shades of Sonic here as well in the level design. The better you are doing in the level, the higher you tend to be on the screen, and the action leans towards pace and timing through many portions. Zahra has a handy proton slinger that is critical to your success. You use it by holding ZR, which slows down time, lets you aim and then release in order to fling it out and grab onto objects in order to swing on them. The angle in which you approach the item determines the trajectory out, which you can see from an arrow that indicates the direction of travel. This makes for a fun and unique form of travel, and it feels great to slow down time and jump from point to point. You also use the proton slinger to catch objects and throw them at enemies or to get through tricky sections. For example, you can catch an enemy's bomb in order to throw it back and kill an unreachable target. The game is divided into universes and stages within each one. There are 3 to explore and each has a unique design and feel that influences the mechanics. You have the goo world of Gootopia, the neon robot world of the Thunderdome, and the apocalyptic dinosaur world of Reptaria to explore. The levels of Gootopia feature different types of goo that affect you and need to be used in creative ways to progress. At first you need to jump quickly while stuck in the goo to escape, but later on different types are introduced which produce different results. For example, the blue goo is bouncy. I love the way in which how high you bounce is based on how high you are when you jump onto it. It sounds like a minor detail, but it is used to create all sorts of tricky situations where you need to figure out how to progress, especially when combined with the red sticky goo that lets you climb up walls and even hang from ceilings. Thunderdome features the levels that remind me the most of Sonic. They are fast paced and use vertical space the most. You need to use your proton slinger extensively here to jump from section to section and time jumps onto the neon billboards and high skyscrapers. Reptaria is a wasteland universe in which the dinosaurs didn't die but instead evolved and run the earth. The levels here use slings to propel you forward and backwards at high speed, as well as having scrolling levels in which you need to keep moving quickly or suffer death. Each level is well thought out and there is an impressive amount of variation. No 2 levels feel the same, and this is what makes the gameplay so enjoyable. It would have been great to have a couple more universes to explore, but the ones on offer are jam-packed with unique elements. The game's bosses in particular are a blast. These are big and flashy. They are not too difficult. I certainly found some levels more difficult than the bosses themselves, which follow predictable and repeatable patterns, but they are fun to play. In between levels, you often need to talk to the residents of Rift in order to learn more about the objects and events you've seen on your travels. This part of the game is not as strong as the adventuring, but it is a nice addition that breaks up the core gameplay without being annoying. The downside is that you can solve the cases through trial and error. I think they could have taken the concept slightly further, nevertheless it does give you that immersive feel. You have a light and heavy attack from the get-go, and killing enemies will drop energy which fills segments in your energy meter. The combat feels fluid, and you combine these two attacks to produce combo style attacks on your foes. When you have charged your energy, you can use powerful skills such as a heal, a fireball and a big blast. You don't get to use these skills all the time, so they feel well balanced, supporting a solid combat system. I feel that nearly every game benefits from some form of permanent character progression, and here we have it in the form of skills you unlock as you level up. You have two types of skill, passive and permanent effects and equipable skills. For example, you can unlock additional attacks permanently, and my personal favourite, a shield that absorbs the first attack against you before recharging. The skill system is a welcome addition. It is not too deep, you only have a few slots to fill up, but gives you enough flexibility to make a difference, which is just right for this type of game. The music in the game is fine-tuned to match its setting. The villains have sinister theme songs when they appear, and each of the universes explored has a very distinctive feel. My personal favourite are the upbeat robotic tracks of the Thunderdome. One of the stages has you competing across a series of arcade mini-games to get a high score, and the track here is excellent, and even has a retro arcade style to it. I also found the sound effects to be of a high standard. The sound of healing, for example, is like a beam scanner, and all of these details combine to produce a very solid audio experience. In early 2018, the developer released a trailer of the game. It had some positive feedback, but people commented on the poor graphics. Originally slated to be released in 2018, the developer took the feedback to heart and pushed back the release by quite some time in order to completely overhaul the graphics. The improved visuals draw upon anime and western comic influences, and it's fair to say the difference is huge. It's brilliant to see a developer take this feedback and respond in such a positive way. Each of the three universes feels unique, and their personalities shine through in the level design. The small touches are nice. We have excellent background and foreground details adding depth and perception, and the bright colours and character designs are pleasing on the eye. One slight gripe on the visuals is the slightly unnatural movement design. I can't quite put my finger on the exact issue, but when Zahra runs it doesn't quite look right. Performance wise, there are a few moments of slowdown. These are slight and are not frequent, so they did not cause any major issues, and also the developer has been in touch to confirm a day one patch on the Nintendo Switch which should fix these slight dips. This is the kind of game that is best enjoyed on a TV, but is still fun on the move. The smaller Joy-Cons are responsive enough and the performance doesn't suffer at all. The game is $19.99 in the US and £17.99 in the UK, but has a 25% off sale up until the 17th of January, making it particularly attractive. The game is enjoyable from start to end, and there are multiple endings depending on your performance. Each stage also has a number of pieces of vibranium hidden in it to be discovered. It's not the longest game at roughly 10 hours, but uncovering all of the secrets will take you probably up to 15 hours, and all of it is thoroughly enjoyable. Overall, the developer made the decision to delay this game in order to improve it, and it has certainly paid off. Double Cross is a surprisingly good action-adventure platformer underpinned by an intriguing and engaging story, a solid arcade soundtrack, and comic visuals in a compelling package. Overall, this is a very, very solid 8.5 out of 10. I would recommend it to anyone looking for a platformer out there. If you've enjoyed this video and haven't already subscribed, then what are you doing? Please do hit that subscribe button to get the latest gameplays, reviews and other features all about Nintendo Switch straight to your inbox. To all of our existing subscribers, I want to just say a massive thank you. We're over 20,000 now. We really appreciate you guys sticking with us. I'm James Romero and this is SwitchWatch. I'll see you again on the next one.